Vegas coming in at 18 stone 4 pounds, Soldier Blackjack Slade, who was managed by Big Bad John. The world professional heavyweight wrestling champion from Blackwell, Oklahoma at 17.5 stone is Jack Brisco. And a beautiful world championship belt. This is not a title match, ladies and gentlemen, but international wrestlers. Blackjack Slade a bit slow to remove his jacket as Brisco comes in, ready for action, back into center ring, realizing Big Bad John and over in that corner doesn't want to get in his way, of course. Referees hold, and it's Brisco pushing Slade into the ropes straight away. A break called by referee Ron Hansen.
3, 4, right.
Brisco backing away, and as you noticed also being very wary of Big Bad John, although John outside the ring. It's the referees hold a knee straight into midsection, and Brisco comes up, beautiful knee lift to Blackjack Slade. Another man in the army of Big Bad John, going to the hole, and arm drag coming up with a hammerlock, and Brisco with the arm of Slade's right up the middle of his back. Calls for Jack as Jack Brisco knocked Blackjack Slade, and Slade trying to get out of the hammerlock. Comes in with the elbow right in the midsection. Off the ropes comes the giant Slade. Hooked beautifully and bulldogging style as he sends down Blackjack Slade again with a hammerlock. And notice also watching that Big Bad John. He's heard of John, heard what he's been doing all over the world. John, who has a reputation of getting around in vultures. And Brisco has heard about the army that John has behind him. Is Brisco now still working on the hammerlock on Blackjack Slade? Slade going up, and Brisco extra pressure to the arm and forces Slade straight back into the turnbuckle. A break and get right out of the way, says Brisco to Big Bad John. Jack Brisco, who recently won the World Heavyweight title from Harley Race in Houston in front of 47,000 people with his very famous figure 4 leg lock, which was taught to him by Eddie Graham. And he's displaying some of the exciting action as he comes down heavily across the forearm of Soldier Blackjack Slade.
Let's go, Slade.
Slade trying to get at the eyes of Brisco, but Brisco with a short arm bar just adds that little extra pressure. Slade is up there now and hanging onto the locks of Brisco, and pulls Brisco, pushes him into the ropes. Brisco off the ropes and has played many of American football and dig that shoulder straight in, but this time the leg of Blackjack Slade met Brisco on the rebound, and it's a arm coming down around the back of the neck of Jack Brisco from Soldier Blackjack Slade. Slade, but Brisco fighting from the ground and coming in on the midsection. Slade reverts to kicking and kicks Brisco straight into the side of the head. Brisco locked in the corner, and the count was applied. Brisco tried to get up but couldn't. Again, it's Slade coming back. And Big Bad John hammering on the apron of the ring too, to calling on Slade, and Slade responding to the commands of the general in Big Bad John. He's dragged up Brisco, and look out, Brisco, head slammed into the turnbuckle.
1, 2.
Again Slade working on Jack Brisco. Jack Brisco, the world heavyweight wrestling champion. And midsection, back to the side of the head, the southpaw, and Brisco working with a left hook now, and he comes in with a right cross. Slamming straight into the side of the head of Blackjack Slade. A step over toe hold. Look, he's crossing him over. It's a figure 4 leg lock. It's a figure 4 leg lock, and Slade has submitted. Slade has submitted. But he's locked in there, and while he's locked, Big Bad John coming in, kicking into the top of the head of Jack Brisco. Look out, it's Abdullah the Butcher, and Brisco can't get out. It's the axe. Axe down on the world champion. Abdullah the Butcher is crushing. Look out, Jack Brisco. Abdullah coming down with an elbow. In comes Mark Lewin. In comes King Curtis. Protection of Brisco. Brisco, who's locked in there between the legs of Blackjack Slade, couldn't get out and was victim to Big Bad John and Abdullah the Butcher. And it was only quick thinking from Mark Lewin and King Curtis that come to the aid of Brisco, and Brisco's in convulsions there, in heavy trouble after receiving that axe from Abdullah coming up the ropes. Not worried about Blackjack Slade, because we don't worry about people like that. It's champions like Brisco that cause concern. It was only the actions of Mark Lewin and King Curtis. Get those animals right out of here. Get John and right out of here, Mark Lewin. Keep them out of the way. keep them right away. Well, Brisco won the match, but the war is only just beginning. It's Mark Lewin and King Curtis holding off the animals, and the General, Big Bad John, and Abdullah the Butcher. What do you think you're doing, John? You had no right to interfere. You had no right to interfere.
You know what I just did? I want you to look. That is the world's champion.
Been here for every moment of this thrilling match. It's been Spiro Sarian, the aggressor, from the opening bell, and the champion has been using defensive tactics. Scientific wrestling, move and counter move, hold and counter hold. And when the going got tough, it was Jack Brisco with the first illegal blow. And when he dished it out, Spiro's dished it out, 1 for 1 and a 1 to go on with. If this had been a fight, I'd have Arian ahead on points. But this is a wrestling match, 1 fall, a 1 hour time limit. And the world's heavyweight wrestling champion, Jack Brisco from Oklahoma, getting up to his feet against the Golden Greek, Spiro Sarian, right in Festival Hall in Melbourne, Australia, for the NWA World's title. Into the ropes he goes, and Spiro drops down, and Brisco hits the referee with a shoulder butt. There's the atomic drop. Down goes Brisco. The referee is outside the ring. He's getting in now. 1, 2, and Brisco, with a superhuman effort, saved himself. Spiro's almost won that title. He's been fighting for this title, not only for himself, but for every Greek and every Australian, every wrestling fan watching this film of this championship match. He's been fighting for you, the members of the People's Army. There it is, another one. 1, 2, 3. Oh, the crowd goes wild, but I'm sorry. No. Jack Brisco's foot was on the rope. The match must continue. The match must continue. The foot was on the rope. Spiros is still on the attack. He's the aggressor in this match. There's no doubt about it. He smashes Jack's head into the turnbuckle. Now he's got him again. And he throws his head into the turnbuckle now. He's on the prowl. He smells victory. Oh, the hardest elbow smash in wrestling. Right to the heart. So there's a rolling cradle into the small package. But Spiros got that extra bit of energy and kick out of it. That would have defeated the normal man. Another elbow smash by the Golden Greek. Into the ropes he goes. He hits him with a shoulder butt. This time Jack Brisco's got him in the abdominal stretch. Spiros, the crowd are egging him on. This could be it. This could be it for the champion. He's really rocking on it. This is one of his pet holes. Earlier in the match, Spiros had a abdominal stretch on Brisco, but he got to the ropes. Spiros will not give up. The fans are cheering. Spiros, Spiros, Spiros. Oh, man, listen to the crowd. Now Spiros picks him up. Oh, I wouldn't have believed it. He caught his foot on the top strand of the ropes, and both men are knocked down to the ring. Eddie Swan giving him the count. 9, 10, and that's it. The first time I have ever seen it in my life in 41 years as a commentator, a double knockout. The only possible decision, the referee's decision, is a draw. Lying prone on the canvas, the world's heavyweight wrestling champion, Golden Greek, Jack Brisco, and up on his feet first, who, although he got a draw against the champion, certainly won a moral victory because he was ahead in the aggressor most of the match. The Golden Greek, Spiro Sarian.